papers, the journalist and author Gemma Forty, and the broadcaster Afua Hagen. And Gemma, we're going to start with you this time. Inside the Mirror, page 13, in fact, the mother of the school shooter pleading with the victims, to the families of his victims, to forgive him, which I have to say, even in God-fearing Texas, will be a stretch.
Completely insensitive. I could not believe it when I read this. Adriana Reyes, the mother of the shooter, who's currently keeping vigil by her mother's bedside, because he shot her in the face first, his own grandmother. The timing is preposterous. These parents who've just lost their innocent children will be reeling, grief-stricken, and quite frankly, where do they focus their anger on? Do they focus it on these senators who refuse to tighten up gun laws, let alone ban them outright? But now for her to be asking for forgiveness, it seems like a stretch. I'm old enough to remember when Stephen Lawrence's mother came out and forgave his killers. But some time had passed. She was a woman of faith. She had had time to process. It was her choice. And I think we all admired her greatly and were really blown away by her dignity. But I, for one, as a parent, also remember thinking, I don't think I could be that person. And if I had suffered this right now, and then this woman was asking me to spare even one iota of empathy for her son, I just can't even, I can't verbalize how angry I would feel. So I really think she should be keeping quiet.
Yeah, I suspect we might not be hearing from her again for some time. Page 13 of The Guardian, Afua. I don't know if you've been following the trial, the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial. I found myself sitting watching it and glued to it for a while. And then I realised that I was treating as entertainment, some pretty serious allegations of sexual and physical assault. The Guardian suggesting that gender relations may well be on trial as well.
And I think The Guardian could be right. I have been following the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp case, and the jury is out doing their deliberations. We had closing arguments yesterday. And you're right, this is a really serious case of intimate partner violence, of mutual violence between both parties. But what it seems here, when we're talking about gender relations, in this case, it seems that in the court of public opinion, at least, and on social media, Johnny Depp has won and Amber Heard has lost. When we look at social media, for instance, like I talked about, on Twitter, the hashtags MenToo and Johnny Depp have been trending, on TikTok. At the beginning of this week, the hashtag I Stand With Amber Heard had 8.2 million views, but the hashtag Justice for Johnny Depp, had 15 billion views. And it seems here that there's so much more support out there for Johnny Depp than there is for Amber Heard. Now, there could be many reasons behind this, because Johnny Depp was the one that brought the case. He got to go first, he got to give his evidence first, and after a few days of the trial, people kind of made up their own minds that he went first, he must be telling the truth. There's also men's rights groups out there, anti-feminist groups online that are very well organised in their attacking of Amber Heard. And we've seen her being mocked in memes on Saturday Night Live, all across social media. People are talking about her emotions, whether they're fake or not, funny moments in court. But this is a really, really serious case, of domestic violence here. And I think, yes, gender relations are on trial here, as well as, the whole story between the two of them. We've had so many details, some really grim and gory details of what's happened in their relationship. And, who knows what the verdict will be. But I think it really will be a watershed moment. Amber Heard has kind of portrayed herself as the leader of the Me Too movement, and Johnny Depp's lawyer, sort of shot that down and saying it was the Me Too movement about Me Too, saying that she wasn't a victim. We don't, only the two of them really know what happened between them, and it remains to be seen what the jury will say at the end of their deliberation.
Yeah, and it looks like we'll have to wait a few days for that at the very least. Gemma, let's go inside the Telegraph. Interesting story this. The NHS is being overloaded by patients who fear that their rash is monkeypox. I've seen some pictures of the reaction to monkeypox, so these people's rashes must be pretty gory.
Absolutely. I looked at the first pictures of monkeypox and thought, no, thank you. That is not a good look. And I'm only making light because nobody has died of monkeypox yet. I think it's really important to stress that. It's a member of the same family of viruses as smallpox. So we have vaccines that are already equipped to deal with this. So there are some positives within this revolting new virus that is spreading about. I think there's 90 cases in the UK so far. But I think understandably, there's a lot of post-COVID hysteria, and people are wanting to get checked out, and that is their right to go and make sure that what they've got isn't this thing, but they are getting completely overloaded. I mean, this kind of conflates with another story in the Mail, actually, that there are so many people not being able to get a GP appointment at the moment that a lot of people are going private for the first time, and then at the root of all that, you're looking at burnout, you're looking at staff shortages. So for the NHS as well, this monkeypox timing is just absolutely abysmal.
Afua, I wonder if we can jump actually to your last story. It's the front of the Mirror, and it took me a while to get the pun in the headline. Heirs to the future, here's to the future. Yeah, I got it now. But this is all about the men in the royal family and what they'll be doing come the Jubilee.
Yes, so this is definitely about the Platinum Jubilee. It's about that balcony moment at 5 p.m. on Sunday after the Jubilee pageant that will be taking place. And, there's been lots of talk about who will be on the balcony and who won't. And it seems that the Queen is going to be on the balcony with Charles, with William and Prince George. She wants to have a shot of them all together. And this is to show the world what is to come in the royal family, that this is the future of the royal family, and these are the heirs to the future and the heirs to the throne, like you said. Lots been made about this particular balcony moment because Meghan and Harry won't be there. She said it's only for royals, which I think is absolutely fair enough because it's the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. She should absolutely be able to decide, what happens on that day. But I think what the Queen is doing with this is really gearing us up for the future, of what the future of the royal family will look like when, unfortunately, she is not around. And the future is these three men. It's Prince Charles, it's Prince William, and Prince George. So that's sort of the pinnacle of the 4-day Jubilee weekend. And that's going to end with Ed Sheeran singing to the Queen in front of the balcony, so why not?
And unfortunately, I'm going to miss it all because I'm going to be on holiday. What a shame. Afua, Gemma, we will see you next hour for the third round of the papers. You guys can stay right where you are because after the break, we will have the latest from Uvalde in Texas, where police have admitted they made a mistake by not immediately storming that classroom. That's next.